my whores, take my land. It's okay because I've got Dad. The sheriff might have fucked Trixie, but he can't take the gold from me. Stick your thumb in my ass. Fleets are fucking hard to pass. But I don't need your sympathy, cause you can't keep the gold from me. Slit your throat, feed the hogs, buck-toothed beavers slapping logs. You can't keep the gold from me.
Welcome to another review of Deadwood, episode by episode. We're reviewing today the 5th episode of the first season, which is entitled The Trial of Jack McCall. I'm Ben.
I'm Jordan.
I am Markus Seabeer.
I'm Chad.
Oh, I bet that I messed it up by saying both my names.
You gotta get it out there.
Markus sounds so plain. And I mean, I've been settled with Seabeer and nobody spells it right. I was like, I've been trying to take ownership of it.
Hi, and I'm Seaberry.
What do you guys think of the episode?
Man, it picked right up from the end, you know, I guess the aftermath of Wild Bill's death, and man, that was some little shady shyster in Charlotte and trying to sell his hair. I was like, you sick freak.
I think it was
It was a wild animal's hair.
and
Or
there's the
something.
Native American head hair,
Yeah, but they were saying it was like a wild.
a tuft of
hair.
Because he didn't actually have the head.
Right.
He just was pretending.
Right, yeah. But
Right.
he was passing it off as a souvenir of the death of Wild Bill.
It's the soap with a prize side guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was saying something about like a wild boar or I didn't really, or a wild, some kind of wild
really
animal.
Excited that you could have real human hair of a guy who died at the same time.
Oh,
around the
okay,
same time.
okay. No, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Send it back to your relatives, and if someone was to say that it was you who cut his head off,
Yeah.
then who would be there?
Who would know?
Right. Yeah.
I really love this episode. I really, really like its version of the legal system and its version of pretty much everything. It's a very cynical episode.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that like right at the beginning, you have Swearengen and what's his name? Powers Booth.
Yeah. Cy Tolliver.
Cy in there together.
But I struggle taking Cy Tolliver seriously because, like I told y'all when we watched it, he looked like Bram Stoker's Dracula. He was in a gray suit with the big top hat. I was like,
At least he didn't have the hair.
But it was just like, but it was like wild to see them working together in some way. Even though, I mean, they weren't really working together, but it was like they were, they both had the same understanding of like, we gotta like, we have to do this, and also we can't have the actual law come in here.
Right.
It's like this is dangerous.
It's
It's
like
like this is bad for both of us.
Damage control. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
right.
Actually, I mean, the way he said it was mean, but he had some plausible points of like, okay, if we start bringing the law around these parts, then, the United States might not annex us.
Right,
Might not bring us in.
Yeah.
They'll view us as a sovereign nation.
right. Because all of a sudden we've started deciding our own laws,
It's a treaty violators. Yeah.
which to me, with them saying like, as with custom,
Right. Yeah.
we're gonna, and like right before it, I was like, oh, they're gonna fucking acquit this guy. It was like I don't know what it was, but I was just like, yeah, they're gonna let him go. But like that alone makes me go, they're making up their own laws because that wouldn't fly in a
No.
court of law.
Revenge
It's
is
like
not
revenge doesn't
a
fucking no.
Well, he killed his brother, so.
Well, it would be their version of justifiable homicide, I assume. Just
I guess, but I mean,
like
you're talking
stand your
about like
ground
a
kind of
while
stuff.
later,
Yeah.
like a while. I mean, that's long enough to be like
He didn't even
that's
remember
premeditated.
the year, and he
Yeah,
wasn't there.
because it didn't happen. It's like it was fucking fake.
Do you have a brother? Yeah, in Abilene.
And that's also true. The real Jack McCall also claimed that he had a brother in Abilene killed by Wild Bill, and he was also acquitted.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I didn't read up enough on the ends of people like Wild Bill. Guess I was focused on all the flashy happy times.
Flashy happy times when he's murdering all those people. When he's murdering all those people.
They're technically on Indian reservations. So
Right.
if they really wanted to go to the legal way, they would have to go to the head of like the Indian Bureau and apply for some sort of justice from this person who lives hundreds of miles away and
Right.
just ask for a decision. Well, first it starts out where people are lined up to view Wild Bill Hickup's body. There's a hole in his cheek. I think there's flies on him.
Yep. And that was horrifying. But then there's that idiot that's walking around, like we were saying, that's selling tufts of hair. And finally, Bullock has enough of that shit and tells him to get the fuck out of here. And then, what's his name? The owner of the other smaller saloon
Tom Metal.
is like, oh, I didn't have nothing to do with that. It was, we had him in a tent over to the side or something, and then,
He's not charging. That's how you know he's a good guy, because he's not charging to see the body. It's like it's a blockbuster. Everyone wants to see this body, and even Bullock is in line just to pay his respects.
Right.
And he gets out of line so he can kick the ass of a guy selling, trying to make a little bit of money.
25 cents.
25 cents off of fucking
25 cents a tuft.
his death. Damn.
That word missed me. I was like, you saying touch? I'm like, oh, tuft. Oh, yeah.
I did think the first time he said it was touch. I was like, touch a what?
Touch Wild Bill.
There's too many touches going on here.
Yeah.
I guess one of the scene after that is Cy Oliver and Al Swearengen are just looking over that line, and they both agree that it would be simpler if they could just hit people in the back of the head and take their money.
Yeah. Well,
Al
says that, and then Cy's just kind of like,
but that would be wrong.
that would be wrong, and he's like, yeah.
Yes, in his most powers boosting way.
Yeah.
But again,
He's so great at
like
that.
we were saying in the last episode, it was like almost theatrics with nobody else around, because it's like,
Right.
I mean, just based on evidence in this episode alone, like Cy would not give a shit.
No.
If he could do that and get away with it, he would totally do it.
He's false outrage for humor's sake.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Well, they're technically pieces of shit, but they're very magnetic. It's very fun to watch them.
Oh, of course, 100%.
They're very entertaining.
Yeah, top quality bad guys.
That's some top quality comedy.
Yeah.
Of like, if you have somebody that's so fucking evil and has no qualms about doing whatever to make money, it's funny because it's like insane.
Right.
To watch them interact.
Sometimes I find it refreshing. I call it probability. Because like a lot of times everybody try to make the villain sympathetic. And, oh, but he's honorable. It's like, no, sometimes you got bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the world is also populated by unscrupulous bastards.
Right.
Right. If you can get a sucker, get him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Now I remember, Ben, I think in the first episode you were saying you were trying to talk to me about violence against people in episodes, and you're like, so if it happens to a bad person, then it's okay. And I didn't want to go there, and I didn't want to say one way or the other.
Possible child killers.
Yeah.
And Al Swearengen, whether or not he was justified in slitting their throats.
Bullock deciding that he has to go and do something about this guy. I don't support that at all.
You don't support that?
I do not support that.
Why?
Because it's not going to solve anything.
No.
That piece of garbage is going to be like dead soon, just because he's an idiot.
It's just going to make Bullock feel better.
Exactly.
He's
That's the only thing it's going to solve. So it doesn't. To me, it's just like, come on, dude, please
He's
don't.
liable to be thrown from his horse.
Yeah.
On the right.
I mean, yeah, because he can't even fucking ride a horse. He can't even fucking get up on a horse. But like, that is just retribution. It's not going to solve. It's not going to make you feel better, really. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. when he kills them, it's going to be satisfying. But at the same time, satisfaction does not make something right. He doesn't need to go and fucking gun this guy down just like he did to Wild Bill. It's like, we don't have to do eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, okay?
This is the Old West.
This is...
But if I may be permitted a volley, sir.
Please, please.
I hear you.
Yes.
My thing is this, though. Dude's kind of a threat. I look at Drunky McDrunker son as a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he took out Wild Bill, man.
I mean, I get it.
That's like shooting Liberty Valance. Like, kind of got to put him down.
I mean,
on some public trust thing, man.
but I just don't think it's not going to solve anything for Bullock. It's
Oh,
not,
no,
and it's
no.
not going to solve anything for Wild Bill.
He's already at it.
He's already
It's
fucked.
not going to fix anything for the camp.
It's not going to fix anything for the camp. It's
Well, you know, like a lot when you pointed out like that he Bullock said somebody drew their gun and they didn't.
yeah,
It solidified him as kind of like he's the cop. He's the cop in this.
right.
And he's received the hero's call from the preacher. The preacher directed a sermon at his face, as he often does throughout these early episodes. And just
Sure.
the preacher's sermon was like referencing St. Paul, and he's like, every part of a body is a good part of that body.
Yeah.
So if you have a hand, you don't make fun of that hand. The hand's great because it's part of the body as a whole. It's all God thing. And he looked right at. He keeps bothering Bullock. He even bothers him after the funeral, and then like before the funeral, it talks to him about what hymn he wants to do. And of course, and also as you said during the thing, the preacher looked like he came after. The
Yeah,
sermon.
he looked like he looked
puts
like
his
he
head
was.
back.
Yeah, he looked like he was ejaculating as people were getting into it and lowering the coffin into because it's like finally people are here
To see my
for
sermon.
to see my sermon and to see the good things that I do, and he's like, ah.
Well, he's evangelical, and that's what he's
Right.
supposed to do. He's
Right.
bring that good news, and he had an audience. He got nervous about it, and he spread the good word to a large number of people.
But it's also disgusting.
And he did well.
But he's also got some problems going on too. So I don't
Yeah,
know
we
how
saw-
much of his behavior could be influenced. And even Saul said that he seemed pale to you, like, and Bullock remarked that he was like talking some real weird stuff during this one. What part of my part is your part? And all of that stuff. Is my elbow your knee?
But he always does that to
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
so it's like kind of I don't know. It's not that weird.
The early interaction between Bullock and the preacher and other people, it just exemplified. I was like, the preacher and others really aren't, and EB is another one. Like, read the room, man. Like, maybe not now, but it's like,
Yeah, that's like
maybe society hasn't evolved to that point yet. It's like,
Yeah, you
it's like, no, let's just barge in and say what we feel.
Well, I mean, I think it's just that they have other priorities than
Yeah.
socialization. Like they have
Yeah.
money and making a go of it in this in the gold rush. You know?
Yeah, but you said that during the episode, and it was like, yeah, that's like the story of Deadwood is people coming in, saying things when they shouldn't say things, and coming across like fucking idiots.
But in terms of Bullock, he received the call. He's the cop who has received the call to. You're supposed to be. I think even despite him beating, like I don't know what he's done so far that's bad in the series, right? But he's like, we know he's not a total sweetheart.
Yeah.
But we do. I think we're supposed to identify with him as a cop who's going to revenge his Wild Bill's death.
No, I get it, but it's also a personal revenge story, and that's not justice. That's you.
It's not justified.
Well, I mean, I think that's an awesome take. It's like a very, very modern take. Like, I mean, do you have that feeling too?
Well, yeah, typically in a Western, justice is you got down the bad guy. You know, there's good versus evil, and this is an evil outlaw, and I'm the virtuous lawman, and we're gonna draw.
Yeah.
And that settles it.
Right.
But this kind of portrays it in a more morally gray situation where it's like, yeah, this guy killed this awesome
He did.
legendary guy, but
it's not.
he's also just kind of worthless.
Yeah.
And it would be,
What does it do? He's not Hitler. He's not like some guy that you can't fucking control. That it's like if you don't stop him, he's gonna kill everyone. It's like
I understand.
No, he's just a fucking moron.
Yeah.
That shot somebody in cold blood, and he should have fucking hung, or whatever, or stayed in jail for. I don't believe in capital punishment, but he should have stayed in jail for forever. But because of the way the thing worked out, he got away. And that's terrible, and I hate it. But at the same time, going out and shooting that guy in cold blood isn't going to solve shit.
It's not. But there's no one who would be able to convince him of that.
No. Not Bullock.
There's no heading him off.
Hell no. Ain't nobody going to convince Bullock that's true.
He's got to do it or figure out for himself that it's not worth it.
Right. When he's staring down at his cowardly face going, and he's like, got the gun pointed at him, and it's like, don't need to pull the trigger and kill this like worthless piece of garbage.
Bullock has some anger issues.
Extreme anger issues, and they finally
outside of this specific situation.
They finally pointed it out in this episode. Somebody said it. I don't remember who said it, but it was like, yeah, he's got a fucking temper on him. It's like, yeah, he does have a fucking problem.
Was it Psy
it was like, Psy now looking
when they were looking down and they saw him like tear up the guy's tufts and throw him in the fire. Yeah.
Yeah, and of all people, those people say you have an anger problem.
They see right through it.
Yeah.
And know, yeah, it's like he wears his character flaw on his sleeve basically for everyone to see.
The preacher's argument is that he should channel the anger into the good of the camp. I think that's arguably what he's saying. That this camp has a very cynical judicial system, which is purposely designed to let guilty people go free. And so,
what's the name of the paper owner? Merrick. That fucking asshole. He leaves the proceedings of the court, and he knows exactly who to go to. Because
he knows someone who will be on his.
Because here's the thing, he knows that Bullock is gonna get pissed off and want to kill this guy. Mm-hmm. Basically, he's killing this guy. He goes by stirring the damn pot because he's a fucking busybody, and so he fucking goes over there and he's like. And he can't wait to say something to Bullock. He's like, oh, God. I was so angry watching him go up there and just being like, oh, I just can't wait until I tell him because then he's going to go kill that guy. It's like, I've had little sympathy for the guy, and I have even less sympathy now because he's an asshole. Yeah. He shows up. He's a busybody. Well, it makes sense why he's the paper guy because he wants to hear everything about everybody's little bullshit in town. But also, like, for you to want to stir up the pot enough to like go out and murder somebody.
I don't know that he was looking at it that way.
Oh, come on.
I don't.
He wanted that guy to die. He was like, if I could get away with murder, or whatever he says in the bar, is like,
which is a direct quote from the Black Heroes Pioneer of that time.
Yeah.
He literally wrote that in the paper.
It's like he knew for a fact if he went to Bullock, because Bullock's already done that. He knew for a fact if he went to Bullock that Bullock would go fucking kill that guy.
I find Merrick very charming and admirable when he goes and I could see him saying that just as
justice is served.
No, just look how fucked up things are here. Don't you agree with me?
I didn't read it that way. I did not read it that way.
Conscious desire for Bullock to go out and murder.
I think that's exactly what he wanted when he went there.
And he immediately starts a sneezing fit and loses his hat.
Yes.
Like he doesn't even look
because he's a buffoon.
I think that to me is the chief characteristic. I think I don't think he necessarily has that nefarious of machinations going on in his
Even
head.
though he wants all the Indians, he wants there to be a mass genocide and get rid of all the Indians in the area.
Yeah, but
That doesn't transfer at all to his feelings for people in general.
Status quo belief among all his
No, I get that, but that doesn't that doesn't
Yeah.
take away from the fact that that's what he
I
wants.
think he's in his own little world
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I understand that we're
"Can you
passing.
believe this?
I understand that
can't
we're.
believe this.
I understand.
You know what? Who would like to know this? It's
I understand that I'm passing judgment on people from a different time period that are viewing things in a different way.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point of showing this time period is so that you can say,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. It's like there should be no place for this where we are now.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
so,
I would say that my argument for Merrick not being bloodthirsty when he goes to Bullock is that he seems to be in denial of all murders that go on in the camp. Like, I mean, he doesn't seem to recognize the danger that is around him at every moment in his day. He's friends with like people who slit people's throats like it's nothing.
even though he knows that was in episode 2 that the guy who's a part of Swearengen's deal in the first episode gets
Driscoll?
that Driscoll.
that,
He knows
Like,
that.
he checked out.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows that. And really, he has no feelings about it. He's just like, he checked out. It's like coy. Like he knows that guy died, and I just don't have a lot of sympathy for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's kind of like an exemplification of what the media was and still is now, which is just like jacking off to like the worst possible things happening.
He's like the forerunner of like TMZ.
Exactly. Sensationalized shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think he's. And again, I hesitate to very strongly say how I feel because a lot of that is colored by having seen the entire show.
Sure. Well, okay. So
and so I want to make sure.
So
that
let me just directly say I haven't seen the whole show, so I don't know anything. I'm basing this off of 5 episodes.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
So I don't want to try and like argue.
Oh, of
with
course.
You know, because you know.
Because you
this is
have
a
other
journey.
information to work with, and I don't
so
have
I
that.
have to be
But-
capable
Yeah.
of that.
From
Yep.
what we've seen, I would say from Merrick, he hasn't slit a throat. He hasn't
No.
killed a person with
No,
guns.
he's just been complacent in
All he's
things.
done is cared about getting people their news. He's even tried to refuse a bribe for like at least a good 30 seconds before he was bribed.
But then he did it, so I don't
Right,
know.
yeah.
I don't know how much sympathy do I
He
have.
organized the juries so they could have that wonderful trial. He's a
Because
nerd.
he wanted the
He's a
trial.
lovely nerd.
He is a nerd, but he's a complacent nerd that allows
Yeah.
things to happen that are disgusting.
Yeah, and he's a nerd who seems to love a good spectacle.
Yes, exactly. Just like a newspaper man would.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
chases people who are dealing with things. He's kind of like EB in that way.
Sure.
That he like only very surface level is he sort of token considerate of what you're going through right now. But he's always pulling that little notepad out.
Yep.
Because he wants to write.
Because he wants that good through
Give me a
line
quote.
for his story.
Can I have a quote?
Ah.
Yeah, it's like that's all. That's his love.
Yep.
Is that paper?
Yeah.
I'm always diagnosing different characters in media with like high functioning autism, and I would say that both
That's
E.B.
fair.
Farnham and Merrick both have their egos attached to maybe earning money and delivering the news or writing a good story.
Sure.
And I would say that they just aren't too socially skilled.
So you would say both of them are on the spectrum.
I'd say they could be, a very superficial diagnosis.
Yeah.
And they're both historical figures, and I don't know that the historical figures are on the spectrum, but anyway, I have more sympathy for them as people who are slightly odd, have found a function, and cling to that function like they're on a...
For survival kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because if Merrick didn't have that paper, I don't think he'd exist there.
He'd be dead.
He would be shot.
I
He'd be very
don't
dead.
think people would put up with that type of person unless they perform a function.
No.
But kind of like all the lip that the doc gets to give people.
Yeah.
It's like it's because he serves a function that he gets to talk to people that way.
I guess like I've seen enough of EB to feel bad for him
What a great monologue.
in the way that he is. And I haven't seen enough from here. Which
That
monologue?
was
The EV when he's like scrubbing the floor.
Oh
Talking about,
God, yes. I mean, like,
that was Shakespeare level soliloquy. I was like, oh wow.
But-
and I finally felt the sympathy for him in that moment that y'all was talking about last episode. Because last episode I was like, he is a scumbag. He is.
I mean, he is. He totally is.
He is basura. But like in that moment I was like, dang, he is kind of tragic. Okay, I finally see what y'all were talking about.
But I do still think, even after that monologue, it's just like Swearengen is his father figure, and he wants to impress him, but he also wants to surpass him.
Mm-hmm.
And so
yeah,
it's this odd thing that you can
they
see
were
in that
very,
one moment.
I don't know. I keep mentioning other pop culture tropes, but
Were you gonna say was it Megatron and
Starscream. It is a very Megatron Starscream relationship, man.
Megatron is dead.
Starscream, you're an idiot.
But what's interesting is Dan in this episode, Al literally says to him, when you open up your own joint,
Yeah.
and like he's grooming him.
Yeah.
And Al does do that. And I think he's doing that with EB too. And he does that with people that he trusts. That it's like, one day you're gonna have your own thing, and then you're gonna see that people are fucking stupid. Just
Yeah.
like I see. It's like, and you have to control them or whatever, you know?
But Al doesn't seem to be able to verbally give, unless he consciously thinks about it, he very rarely acknowledges that EB is like anything other than an instrument to his plans.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing I like about EB's monologue is that he is imagining himself as Al Swearengen talking to EB Farnham. EB Farnham is in the third person.
Yes.
Al Swearengen is the I, which makes
Yeah.
it very confusing.
Yes.
And then he
But it's great.
He reveals that he is so terrified physically of Al Swearengen that the thought of bowel regularity is a forlorn fucking hope.
Yeah.
And that he's physically afraid of being killed at all times.
Yeah.
It's you know, and he's the whole reason he's scrubbing that floor for the murder victim who he helped kill or get killed is so that he doesn't have to raise his rents.
Right.
Like he's very concerned with money, and
Tell you, man, Al is a boss. Al is a ruthless,
He's so great.
nasty boss, man. Ian McShane is putting on a master class in this
He really
series,
is.
man.
It's incredible. I'm sorry, Ben, we got way off.
no, it's okay. I think it was good. Okay, so the second or third scene is Alma Garrett has the orphan child, and she's hanging out. I think she's talking to like the doc Cochran.
Yeah.
I think, and they basically, she's like, "Where's Jane go? She left this fucking kid in my room."
Right.
And Bullock says Doc Cochran says she's probably drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
As somebody would be in this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's out there in the woods just drinking.
And helping Andy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go to Andy. First of all, there's a guy named Bart. He's working for Cy Tolliver, aka Powers Booth, and he's like,
I can't remember that character actor's name, but he's great. I've seen him in tons of things.
he
And
played Aaron Pierce on 24, he was like very solid in a very campy bad
something
show.
else I haven't seen.
It's a horrible show, but he's really great on it. Anyway, he's like take the smallpox victim out to the woods, burn his thing. He's like, can I not do that?
It's like, is there anyone else who can do this? And he's like, I don't know. You tell me. You want me to get somebody else to fucking do it?
God, he's so threatening too. Like to me, like I don't know. My first time watching this, like I was like, okay, Al's the bad guy, and like moments like that with Cy, I was like, but this guy scares me. Like he's intimidating in a different way.
Yeah, he's scary, but again, to go back to the fact that if Powers Booth was Swearengen, I don't think it works. Right. I think they lucked into him into Ian McShane.
Like likable charisma.
Yes.
On top of
and so like you can see those moments with Al where like this person's a fucking moron that he's dealing with, and that's where the sympathy comes with Al. It's not in his actions, it's in the fact that people are just so fucking stupid that they don't understand what he's trying to say. And it's like,
according to Al, like Al terrifies every fucking person. You saw that in this episode where he like all he has to do to get Jack McCall to flee the camp is just say, "Run for your fucking life." And, you know, like Al is very scary.
yes, he is. But I do feel sympathy for him in that moment, in that it's like, obviously you're going to die, dude.
Yeah.
You got away with it.
You're messing up my business.
Congratulations. But if somebody else doesn't kill you, I have to kill you. Because you're a piece of shit. Everyone knows this in the camp. It's like,
What did that put in with Merrick? You know, as someone who, because he said something weird. He's like, you better watch out before somebody who kills you who cares about right or wrong, or I do.
Or I do. Yeah.
So he doesn't care about right or wrong.
Right.
I care about my actions slipping with you being here.
Yeah, exactly.
People are going to get agitated with you being around.
Yep.
And that's bad for business.
No, I have issues with Merrick because I don't think Merrick actually necessarily cares about right or wrong, and I think you can like kind of see that some in him being like coerced.
But he pretends to.
He pretends to, but like him getting coerced into being like $50 to do the thing, and he's like, no, I wouldn't do that, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay.
It's like when your grandma's giving you money and you're like, no,
but then it's in your hand and you're like,
and you're putting it away. It's that token like denial kind of thing.
Yep.
So
I guess y'all may be better people than me. I figured if she gave it to me, she was cool.
Well, it's just the I have to appear to be like refusing it.
Yeah, even though I'm like,
oh, you don't have to do that.
even though it's like, God damn it, yes, I need this.
Yeah.
At all times.
In the Jack McCall Swearengen scene, there's like this non sequitur, which is really weird, where it like pans up to the picture of Abraham Lincoln on the wall, and he's like, "That's why you need to keep those guys out of your joint, Dan. His hypothetical joint in the future is just like because they agitate people, and it drops prostitute sales, and they cut to all the prostitutes not working.
People might drink more, but it's going to sell less.
Yeah.
Like touches.
Fewer touches.
And so this is like 10 years after the Civil War. So I guess he's saying that Jack McCall is like Lincoln,
Yeah.
to cause violence.
Yeah.
Controversial. Yeah. Makes people pick sides.
I need to take that thing down.
Yeah. They pan up to it. Also, did you notice they covered it up
Yes.
when they did the trial?
It was weird they covered up the antlers of the fucking deer.
I was like, do we fear impalement at like that height? Like, what's going on?
I guess they're trying to make it a classier joint.
Right. So they were like, let's hide the dead animal on the wall and Abraham Lincoln.
Right. Yeah.
Because we're not a part of America.
Right. Yeah. He can't be.
Yeah, he can't be a part of this equation. Yeah.
Okay. And basically, what happens next is Alma Garrett signs over proxy she finally gives proxy to Bullock, and just before, as Farnham's kind of needling her about that.
Yeah.
And you guys remarked on this. She meets Bullock for the first time, and I think you said hot and bothered. And
Yeah, after how them bothered, and Chad was like, are they going to have sex?
Yeah, I mean, like, it seems like they're gonna fuck. I don't know. I mean,
Like I said, that was the most awkward
she was kind of like,
meet cute I've ever seen on screen. I know. Oh, my land.
I saw you shoot that man.
I think I have the vapors.
I know. For real. She had the
So
vapors.
different from my husband.
I know.
You actually do things.
No, I was like, do you need a room? Because I know there's a hotel in town.
They just cleaned one out. It's scrubbed and everything.
I know. Right?
There was an Irishman in this room before you. Oh, yeah. That was like episode 2.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Just It's just the like racism against Irish that he just needs to pass along.
Yes.
He thinks that's how people should behave.
like he's letting somebody know that there was a murder, and well, I guess it was a murder, but it's like that thing where it's like, as owner of this establishment, I feel obligated to let you know the previous occupant was Irish.
Damn.
Next is Swearengen learns from E.B. Farnham that Bullock has gained the proxy, and then he basically he's offered to Alma that the woman who they call the Gimp,
yes,
a woman actress from Facts of Life who really has cerebral palsy in real life.
Yeah.
And
oh wow, that's her.
Yeah, the lady from Facts of Life. Her real name is Jerry Jewell, and her name in this series is Jewel. And anyway, but I don't know if this is the first time we saw her.
I think this is the first time we've seen her.
Yeah.
Who?
She's referenced. Jewel.
The Gimp?
Yep.
No, she's been like.
Oh, she has?
She's been in at least one episode.
Okay.
Well,
she was in the first episode. She might have been in the second episode.
Yeah,
okay.
She's dragging her leg. I think.
Yeah. She says something about getting Swearengen coffee or something, and he's like, ah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been in it.
Instead of her, they send Trixie to help with Alma.
Right.
And her new,
which is problematic.
So not the person with cerebral palsy, but the whore. Right. The whore is more acceptable.
Well, the whore, the prostitute with a drug addiction problem to further the drug addiction problem of the widow, the fresh widow.
Yes. Which, again, I understand we're looking at this through modern day eyes.
Anachronistic review.
But
I'm judgy as heck. I'm sorry.
The fact that they use the woman to kind of like sidle her way into this other woman's purview or whatever, and then be like, maybe you should start, maybe you should take this. It's might make you feel better. And it was and it felt gross. And I'm wondering if Trixie's gonna feel bad about this later.
Well, she, in the episode, decided to help her kick it. Like, she went to Doc Cochran to get the ginseng and powders and stuff to help her through her withdrawals.
Okay, I thought.
But I don't think she told her that.
I thought
she didn't tell her.
She slipped it in her purse, but it's unclear.
I thought it was like a different drug.
No. Yeah, because when she was talking to the doc, it was like, you remember, I was going through some cramps and I needed some stuff. And he was like, well, if it's for like menstrual cramps, and she's like, no, this is for the lot.
Okay, now I understand why the doc was so like, okay, and like went along with it.
Know about it
because he was like, oh yeah, sure. Because I mean, like, he's not stupid. He figured out like, this is for this lady who's been addicted to these fucking opioids or whatever. Okay. I feel better about that.
But it was
I feel way better about that now. I feel a lot better about that.
Yeah. It was unclear, and it looked like she slipped something in her drink.
Yes, I thought it was like just a different kind of drug or something, and that was going to get her fucked up enough to be like, let's do all this. I'm going to get out of town.
It's a pretty evil thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's get this lady rehooked.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I thought was happening. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, they were trying to give her a magic 8-ball of a whole different variety.
Let's see. Cy Tolliver tells one of his employees that they need to go to Nebraska in order for, I guess, nefarious purposes. We don't learn why.
Well, it was the reason Cy, I think we were talking over it, but basically Doc Cochran came in and was like, if this thing that wasn't a thing ends up being a thing, you're going to need to send somebody to Nebraska for like the medicine for it, But he was being kind of covert about it. But it's like, and if you don't and I have to, everyone in this camp is going to know, basically.
Yeah.
So Doc was saying, if this is something that could become an outbreak, you need to go ahead and send somebody.
You do something.
And
you
that's why
fucking do something.
He gets that guy and starts telling him about the ladies of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they dump him in the woods. Right?
That's the other guy.
Yeah.
They sent the one young kid to
And we didn't
Nebraska
see
to
we
get
didn't
medicine.
see that young kid again.
Yeah.
But the other guy from earlier, he sent to dump.
Yeah. Adam. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Andy.
Andy Dufresne.
And well, Andy Dufresne. Well, let's talk about Andy
Dufresne.
He goes to the woods. He's dumped there by the other employee named Bart, and the Bart says something like, "I don't like this. I'm not going to burn the blanket. It's not my fault."
Yep.
He just rides away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. And then Jane, we see Jane for the first time in this episode.
Yeah.
She stumbles upon him.
She stumbles upon him, and she is. First, she talks to him about how she's lost the friend she had her best friend feeling for.
Yeah.
And then she begins to minister to him or take care of him.
Yeah.
And he will only say, "I apologize."
And then talks about a bird.
Yeah.
That bird.
trying to talk to
You
him
want me
and
to
stay
describe
with
that bird? And then we
Yeah.
don't see the bird.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Well, I really love, like, that moment is beautiful because she's obsessed with her dead friend, and then she transfers, like, here's a new thing. It's really childlike, but it's like a bird she's never seen before, is what she calls it. And it's just like, she's able to take care of this man and be interested in something outside of her grief. And
Right.
It's a great moment.
she has as the doc says, she has a knack for this or something.
gift.
A gift. Like, she has a gift for this. And it's kind of touching to see her do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And he looks stone cold dead. You said he's dead.
I looked at him and it was like his eyes looked like they were bugging out of his head, and I was like, he's fucking dead. And you're talking to a dead guy. And then she poured that shit into his mouth, and it was like,
Hacking and coughing like the rest of us.
She basically has a new friend.
yes.
And it's really helpful that he can't move.
Yes, it's really helpful that he's incapacitated 100%.
He can't say anything.
Nope.
Piss her off.
Nope.
After that, Bullock goes to see Jack McCall, who is in Mr. Wu's slaughterhouse with the tied up pigs.
Oh, yeah. And
Yep.
Jack's not doing nothing to...
Yep, and then that's when the defense attorney shows up and is like, "Oh, wait, I'm defending this man," even though,
Yeah.
like, Bullock's, like, choking him out, and he
Right.
doesn't do anything to stop it. He's just like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then Bullock's finally like, "Okay, I won't kill this guy," and then leaves. And then that's when they make up the fake thing about his fucking brother or whatever that doesn't exist.
And Jack McCall notes that Bullock cries while he chokes him.
He crying? Oh, yeah.
He gets
He's
water.
like
he gets watery eyed.
antagonizing him.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm like, dude, like,
But at this point, though, he doesn't know that he's got a chance of being...
Yeah, he's ready to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, just choke me out and fucking kill me right now, you know?
It's when the guy comes in and starts talking about his brother.
His
Emily,
fake brother. Yep.
For example.
Yeah, for
I'm his counsel.
I'm his counsel, that's what he said. Yeah. Hey, I'm this man's counsel.
Okay, and then we get to the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the trial is
Christmas.
what it is.
Jakarta's a dog and pony shows and insult to dog and pony shows.
It's a kangaroo court. And then Swearengen takes the judge into his office upstairs and says,
Oh.
He had a vision.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, the thing that the comedy line. What was it?
Would you like a blowjob?
"Would you like a blowjob? I'm not going to be the one
Yeah,
administering
it's
it,"
like,
or
no.
whatever it is.
I wasn't offered it personally.
And then he tells all the story about the vipers that he saw when he closed his eyes when he was watching the proceedings or whatever, and it was like this coded thing about like the U.S. government's going to come in here and tell us how we have to do things, and then also they're going to look at us as a foreign power because suddenly we have different laws than the nation as a whole, and so they're going to treat us just like Native Americans, and they're going to like just come in here and just wipe us out.
Yeah.
And then that's when the guy takes the shot.
Right.
It's
like,
like-
that is signifying, I get it.
All right.
I'd like to get back to the trial.
Wild Bill Hickok, the jury includes the guy who threatened to kill Wild Bill Hickok.
Yep.
Wouldn't talk to him.
Yep.
Ellsworth, who was afraid for his life from
Yep.
Al and
Yep.
Dan, and I forget who else. There's like one other character. I don't know if they're Al.
But he gets the leniency and gets to get off with murder, and yeah.
Everyone lived happily ever after.
That's when the show ended.
Yep.
There's nothing else after that.
Ended too short. Maybe they'll resolve that in the movie.
Let's see, what else? Okay, then we get the fear. Well, is there anything else we need to say about the trial? The trial was awesome. It was just amazingly.
I like that Al was like, "Why are you pushing those tables together?" It's like it was for the jury. They can't sit at separate tables.
They can't sit at separate fucking tables?
I don't want anything done that can't be undone in 5 minutes.
I gotta sell fucking drinks and whores.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is an excellent episode. Everybody agrees?
Yeah, man. I mean, the show is just quality, man. Just like I said on the previous episode, I hadn't watched a lot of these HBO series, and I'm like, wow, the hype is real. This is a solid, amazing show.
Okay. Well, Chad has a gun in his hand. So this has been an episode, video review of Season 1, Episode 5 of Deadwood. Thank you, and please come again.